Well, look at who's here. Hi, Candace. That's everything is, like everybody else, very busy. It's good to see you.
It's like a Squid Game. He's greeting everyone.
He's doing his job, right?
I think so.
Please forgive us for having the wrong date on the screen. It is the 5th today. But, since I'm already speaking in 2 places at the same time, why not 2 different days, too?
Yeah, and the past, too.
So here, simultaneous with our service, we're broadcasting on YouTube the San Diego Buddhist Temple service where I am the speaker on the same topic, saying totally different things. And next Sunday I'll give the same topic message for Arizona. So you can see me speak 3 times at the same thing if you really want to. But it's the 5th. We're sorry we got the wrong date up there.
I guess Buddhists don't believe in that. Oh man, Larry was so disappointed. Oh man.
They'll always be there.
That's being January then.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good
Hey,
morning.
good morning.
My name is Dona Mitoma, and I'm going to be your chairperson today. And Sensei is going to start ringing the Kansho bell, and my opening meditation is related to the sound of that bell. So just listen to the bell. Thank you, Sensei. Okay, I could do that. So Sensei suggests I do the meditation first. And this is from a book called Being Peace by Thich Nhat Hanh, who is one of my superstars. He's a Vietnamese Buddhist monk. And this is about meditation in daily life. During retreats from time to time, a bell master invites the bell to sound, silently reciting this poem first. Body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearer awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Then he or she breathes 3 times and invites the bell to sound. When the rest of us hear the bell, we stop our thinking and breathe in and out 3 times, reciting this verse. Listen, listen, this wonderful sound brings me back to my true self. Meditation is to be aware of what is going on in your body, in your feelings, in your mind, and in the world. The most precious practice in Buddhism is meditation, and it is important to practice meditation in a joyful mood. We have to smile a lot in order to be able to meditate. The bell of mindfulness helps us do this. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, Sensei. Welcome to today's Sunday service. My name is Dona Mitoma. Today's service is being officiated by Reverend Gregory Gibbs. Our organist is Kathy Kumagai. Our videographer is Alan Goto, who is recording today's service for live streaming. Bobby Fukumoto is his sidekick. Words to today's Sutra and Gathas will be shown on the TV behind me. Thank you for attending today's service. On the first Sunday of each month, we observe a monthly memorial service called Shotsuki Hoyo in honor of those members of our Buddhist community that have passed away during this respective month in which this service is being held. Sensei will now read the names of those loved ones who passed away in December, in whose memory this morning's service is being conducted. For those individuals observing today's service in recognition of your deceased family members, please come forward as Sensei reads the name of your departed loved one and burn incense in their honor.
Yeah, thank you, Donna. And I got a good 30 feet from the closest people, so I'm going to lose my mask. But when I come down off the Naijin later, if I forget to put it on, tell me. But from this distance, being triple vaccinated, I think we're okay. We got the air cleaners going. We got the doors open. I will then, if I may, read the names of those loved ones we have lost, our friends and family, in the month of December. Firstly, Alai Misao. Doi Catherine Tokinobu. Doi Setsuyo. Fujikawa Sono. Fujimori Eileen Kozue. Fujimoto Toshihiro. Gibbs George K. Hamada Kane. Hamada Tani. Hamada Umetaro. Hatakeyama Mary Satomi. Hatakeyama Thamme. Hayashi Masaki. Kaizoji Hisashi. Kaizoji Kimiko. Kawamoto Dave. Kawamoto Koichi. Kobuke Ayano. Koshigoe Towa. Kuramoto Kazue. Kuramoto Risaburo. Marumoto Hagino. Masumoto Asano. Masumoto Ichiro. Mitsuoka Mitsuru. Morioka Fumie. Morishita Mago Simon. Murakami Tsuru. Naito Mutsue. Nishimoto Masuichi. Nishimoto Reiko Irene. Nishimura Kinsuke. Nishimura Yoshitaka. Okumoto Kosaku. Okuno Fukaichi. Omokawa Tonoyo. Oshita Teru. Otani Saikichi. Ozawa Lin. Sakahara Saikichi. Sakamoto Masae. Thano Hashi. Sasaki Masano. Sasaki Sokichi. Shigeno Norumi. Shinmoto Sachiko. Sugihara Chieko. Sugita Tsuji. Sunara Akira. Takai Tokichi. Takeda Seiichiro. Takenouchi Sato. Tanigawa Kameo. Teroka Ezo. Tsukida tsugyo. Umeta shina, umeta tetsuo, umemura shizue, watanabe gikichi, Yamanaka chiyo, Yamanaka masao, Yamane miyako, Yamasaki kenichi, Yamasaki masuo, Yamasaki soyo, Yamasaki sumito, Yamasaki ichino, Yonesawa sokichi. Namo Tabbats, Namo Nabbats, Namo Amitabhats, Namo Nabbats, Namo Amitabhats. Thank you very much. And if you lost a loved one in December and their name is not on our list, just let me know and I will add them. There is no charge for this.
Thank you, Sensei. Next, we'll have Sutra chanting, and it's Juseige on page 38 of your service book, if you have one in front of you or behind you. The words will also be on the screen behind me. Thank you.
Busatsu daimuryo jukyo juseige gagon cho thegan hishimu jodo shigan hu mandoku the hudyo shogaku ga o muryo ko uidai theishu uthai sho bingu Te fudyo shogaku, gashijo butendo, myosho jippo, kukyo mi shomona, te fudyo shogaku, ryokujin shonen, joeshu bongyo, shigumu jodo, Isho Tenshi Jinriki and Daiko Usho Mu Taido Shoujo San Kumyo Kosai Shu Yakunan Kaiichi Egen Meshi Kon Moan Hei Sokusho Akudo Tudatten shumon kotojo mandoku iyoro jippo ichigatten shujuki.
Which will be the Four Noble Truths on screen or on page 11.
If you will turn with me to page 11 if you have the book, or we're on the screen here too, I believe. Four Noble Truths, one of the Buddha's explanations of cause and effect. The Four Noble Truths, dukkha, difficulty, Dissatisfaction comes from not living in accord with the truth of impermanence and interdependence. Samudaya, arising, the delusion of self-importance expressed through greed and anger is the cause of dukkha. Nirodha, cessation. The transformation of greed, anger, and delusion is the cure for dukkha. Marga, the path. Shakyamuni Buddha taught the Eightfold Path as a medicine for putting an end to dukkha, for a medicine for putting an end to suffering. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom, light, and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much. Please be seated. This is the 7th year here in Pasadena in which I've delivered a Bodhi Day Dharma message. Many times I have spoken with you about the Buddha's motivation. What was the Buddha motivated by to go off on this search? Many times I have spoken with you about what drove him to his spiritual search, what he was seeking. And I've spoken often about what he found lacking in the human condition. So this morning, I won't discuss those things with you, but you can turn to the other channel on YouTube and find it. But look under San Diego Buddhist Temple, and you'll find me talking about that stuff. Today, instead, I want to speak about what he achieved, what he saw, and what he decided. What did the Buddha do that day, Bodhi Day? We have this representation of him up Bodhi Day, reaching down to touch the earth. Earth witnessing posture, calling the earth as his witness that he's a worthy teacher. And on that day, I want to talk about what I think he realized. Awakening to Buddhahood is really one step beyond the previous conditions we knew to exist on earth. On our Buddhist view of things, being a Buddha is better than being a god. Buddhas are persons who know who they are. Buddhas are the universe itself coming to know itself. Buddhas have no illusions of transcending this world. Instead, they wake up to their identity with this world. The Buddha achieved the highest or the best form of existence, that of an awoken person. The first step in discovering who he was, and this image of the self is a false, the false self as being this little tiny house in which we are trapped, comes up again and again. In Mahayana Buddhism, the larger stream in which we participate, in Mahayana Buddhism is said that there's a deeper way of understanding the analogy as well as the obvious implication. The basic Buddhist understanding of selfhood could be understood on this analogy, that life is the big field, and out of this big field, you've collected driftwood to build this little house, and you think, this is me, this is me. No, we are the field, we are reality itself. So the obvious understanding is this little house, which seems to be holding stand. If we just took it apart, take all this driftwood apart, and then you just got a field filled with driftwood and flowers and grass again. That's the obvious understanding. But in Mahayana Buddhism, we say that there's a deeper understanding, which is, since this house has just been built out of driftwood, without disassembling it, already there's just the field. In other words, without ceasing to be the individual self that you are, you're already life itself. You don't have to deconstruct yourself. You are life in your little package. I'm life in my little package. Life comes in these little packages, and it comes to know itself as us, as the Buddha, as other Buddhas. This is the truth. There is just one life. Being the field, being me, being you. On Bodhi Day, about 2,535 years ago, we think it was December 8th, Shakyamuni Buddha realized that he wasn't some little house on a prairie, that he was the prairie itself. Little house, flowers, grass, driftwood, the whole shebang. Our liturgical piece, which we chanted this morning, Juseige, expresses the vision of enlightened heart and mind. It expresses the commitments to save the destitute and afflicted everywhere. There is a commitment to save the destitute and the afflicted everywhere. We are afflicted in many ways, the unenlightened. One way that Buddhas are said to help us is by pointing the way for us, showing us the path to walk along, showing us which gates to enter and which gates not to go through, which gates to pass by without entering. As it says in the Juseige, which we chanted earlier, the Buddhas work to block the paths to evil realms and open the gate to the wholesome realms, to the good realms. One of the paths that the Buddha blocked, one of the gates that's blocked for us, is the violent path. We just don't authorize violence. Buddhists just don't authorize it. There's no just wars. We don't say it's okay to do violence at this time. If you do it, you do it, not with our authorization. One of the gates to the good realms that the Buddha opened for us is, of course, the Nembutsu gate. And we will walk through that gate together before the closing of this Dharma message in just a few more minutes. But first, let me remind you that one gate that all the Buddhas open for us is the gate to observing and taking account of cause and effect. All Buddhas teach us to be careful about cause and effect. Find out what the conditions are, find out what comes out of these conditions, what this kind of cause produces. Some religions teach that there is a magic grace that can transcend cause and effect. Our religion, our spiritual tradition, teaches that all healing, all grace that comes from the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas works with and through established laws of cause and effect. There is spiritual help that can flow into our lives, but it doesn't contradict cause and effect. It's not miraculous, it's just wonderful. the help that we get from the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. This week, another Christian televangelist who opposed vaccination died of COVID. Marcus Lamb passed away this week. He was an adamant anti-vax person. For 99.9% of us, vaccination is the cause that will prevent you from dying. 99.9% of us. 999 out of 1,000 of us should get vaccinated. Now, if you are one of those one person in 1,000 that has some specially compromised immune system, maybe for you, vaccination is wrong. But study cause and effect, and you will find that for 99.99% of us, vaccination is a very important positive cause to put into your life at this time. Discerning that you have some special condition, too, is discerning cause and effect. But be very careful, be very clear about this. The gate of discerning and accurately accounting for cause and effect is a very important gate to walk through. All the Buddhas open this gate for us. All the Buddhas point to this gate. You can't paint your masterpiece if you die first. Stay well. Do what you can to avoid illness. And to cope with the illnesses we have. After a certain age, most of us have what we call chronic illnesses. We carry a little something with us all the time. It's not, we're still here. We're still moving forward. It's going to be okay. By observing that certain causes routinely bring negative effects, we learn which causes to avoid. By noticing that other sorts of causes routinely bring positive results, those are the causes we then come to act upon. This is an important aspect of what the Buddha came to understand and shared with us on his enlightenment, from his enlightenment on Bodhi Day. Shakyamuni Buddha attained Buddhahood, which is the highest state of existence, a way of living where each moment is a moment of insight, a way of living in which each minute you live is a minute spent in kindness. Shakyamuni Buddha hesitated to teach us at first because the message of being one with all of reality seemed too elevated, too subtle, too hopeful for us to accept. Nonetheless, on the day that the Buddha attained Buddhahood, he also decided to share what he had come to understand. He got up from the tree. Shakyamuni repeatedly taught us about cause and effect. We see this in the Four Truths that we read as our devotional reading. the Four Truths of the Noble Ones. Shakyamuni came out from underneath the tree after awakening enlightenment. He walked down the mountain to teach all of us, to open the gates of positivity and to tell us, oh, that gate is a gate leading to negativity, don't walk through that one. The Juseige, which we chanted earlier, is one place where we find that teaching, that the Buddhas open the positive gates and close the gates to negativity. I have not spoken much about the Nembutsu gate this morning, but in closing, I really will close here. In closing, let me encourage you to walk through that gate with me. I thank you for attending our Bodhi Day service. For those here for Shotsuki Hoyo, I'm very sorry for your losses. We will see them again. There is a deep connection with those we love. We will see them again. Those who wish to, in closing the Dharma message portion of the service, please join me in Gassho. We rely upon the source of limitless wisdom and endless life. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Nabutsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei, for your Dharma message today. Will the Sangha please rise for closing reflective reading? Oh no, where is my Post-it note? It's missing. Okay, I guess it's, this is also from Being Peace. And what did I do with it? Oh my gosh. The Buddha's basic Dharma talk concerning meditation, the Satipatthana Sutra, is available in Pali, Chinese, and many other languages, including English and French. According to this text, to meditate is to be aware of what is going on in your body, in your feelings, in your mind, and in the objects of your mind, which are the world. If you are aware of what is going on, then you can see problems as they unfold, and you can help prevent many of them. When things explode, it is too late. How we deal with our daily lives is the most important question. How we deal with our feelings, our speaking, with ordinary things every day is just meditation. We must learn to apply meditation in our daily lives. Thank you. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. So now we move to the one of the most important things. Thank you. Be seated. Does anyone have any announcements today? Kathy always has announcements. Marvin has announcements. Kyoko has announcements. Jeannie has. Everybody. See, this is the most important part of the service.
We're halfway done.
Good morning. My name is Marvin. I'm a volunteer over at JANM. I just wanted to let you know that there are 3 very nice shows up there at JANM, Japanese American National Museum. One is by Stanley Hayami. It's about his diary that he wrote prior to going into service from Heart Mountain. And all through, he corresponded with his family. He grew up in San Gabriel, California. And so he reflects on being from California, then Wyoming, and being in Europe. The second one is a exhibit by Mine Okubo, who was in the Topaz concentration camp. And she was an artist. She was about 30 years old when she was in camp. And she illustrated everything. She drew things out and then later published a book. The third thing that is impressive at the Japanese American National Museum right now, they have an interactive experience with a gentleman by the name of Lawson Sakai, and he served in the 442 in Europe, and it's, I think there have been some programs that show people interacting with Holocaust victims in the German concentration camps, and this happens to be, they use the technology to where you can ask a question and he will answer it, and it's for into perpetuity. I mean, you can always, anytime, go in and ask a question to this gentleman, and he will answer it best he can, anyway. So there's, like I said, 3 shows that are very impressive at the Japanese American National Museum right now. And it is open Tuesday through Sunday. It's normal hours, but you have to be vaccinated and you have to be masked up while you're inside. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's really nice to see a lot of you today. Again, thanks to everybody who came yesterday to tidy up the temple, work on the beer garden. Hopefully it will be a great place to grow lots of vegetables. And we'll be able to harvest all that next. I just want you to know that on December the 14th, it's a Tuesday morning, we're going to have our Origami with Lisa Zoom class, and it'll start at 10 a.m. If you're interested in making the origami Dharma figure, please join us or let me know and I will get the Zoom account to you. And if you're not able to make it that day, we've been posting all of her instructions in a Dropbox so everybody can get to all the instructions on their own. But it's a lot more fun to do it with other people. And then again, next week, as you see, it's Oseibo. If you are coming next week, we will be we will serve udon here, but if you're going to want to just pick up and take out, we'll have that also. But we just need to know how many to prepare. So if you'd let us know, or if you've already RSVP'd, thank you very much.
Yeah, and we're kind of winding up early this year, so we only have one more Sunday service before our New Year's service. So be here next week for our Oseibo service. Also, we'll be here next week for 1 o'clock Tuesday and Thursday for the Tai Chi class, and 11 a.m. on Tuesday. 11 a.m. on Tuesday, we're going to sit on the porch and chat with people who come. Usually just 1 or 2 people, but chat about life from a Buddhist perspective. So those are the 3 things I will do this week. Tai Chi Tuesday and Thursday, little chat session on Tuesday morning. Also be here Tuesday evening for meditation at 6 p.m.
Hi, I'm Kathy Kumagai, and I also want to second thank you for everything that was done here yesterday for the general cleanup. The temple looks wonderful, and I thank you for that. We will have a last day, end of the year service here, Joyae, on December 31st at 6 p.m. Is that correct, Sensei? Yeah. Oh, yes, it is. All right. And you should be receiving in the mail an invitation to become a member of the temple. If you're not and you're interested, we'll be happy to provide you with information to become a member of the temple for next year. And we really appreciate everybody who has come out in support of the temple during the pandemic, and we are extraordinarily happy to see all your faces again and encourage everybody to get vaxxed and stay safe during these COVID times. And somebody I'm sure will remind me of whatever else I have forgotten to mention to you. But thank you very much, and have a happy break the last 2 weeks of Sundays. I think Alan and I are already celebrating. Thank you.
Two other things from me. First, if you want to order kamaboko, sashimi, oden, little packets of oden. Yesterday was like the deadline, but we have order sheets, and it's going to be delivered during Osebo on December 12th. So put in your order today. And let's see, what was the second thing? I can't remember. Oh, well. I know. It was the BWA. The BWA, the Buddhist Women's Association, is having their New Year's luncheon in Gardena this year at Cherry Stone Restaurant. Leonard and Audrey Kim are very gracious hosts. And I know it's a bit of a drive, but our menu's going to be wonderful, and I hope to see everyone who's interested to come. I think it's Sunday, the first Sunday in February, March 6th, I think, or 5th or 6th, something like that. All right, loves, thank you so much for coming today. If you would like to, if you did not do incense burning before, please feel free to do that now. And if you would like to make an offering, there's an offering box at the back of the temple. It's the exit entrance place. Thanks for coming today. Oh, there's also a plate for offerings here. Thank you.